Hey there, welcome to the podcast. My name is Doug O'Brien, and this is the Essential Coaching Skills Podcast. On today's episode, it's going to be a little different. It's going to be a preview, really, of things to come next week, hopefully next week. Fingers crossed next week. I don't know what might happen, but we're going to aim for next week. We're going to do a fundraiser, and you're invited. It's kind of like a telethon. It's kind of like a summit. It's like an NLP Master Summit. For real, we have some amazing people. I'll tell you all about it in just a minute, but let's get this preview thing get started. So here we go with the intro. You are listening to the Essential Coaching Skills Podcast, a show devoted to uncovering the systems and the secrets that set the best apart, where you learn how to take your coaching clients to the next level, while you grow the coaching practice of your dreams. So sit back and relax, or sit up and get excited. Either way, you might want to pay attention. This could be important. Hey there, welcome back. You probably know this, but you've been invited into my home here. That's my piano back there. And the reason I tell you that is because in a few moments, I'm going to go over there and play it for you. Just to show you why I'm not going to play it for you very often, because it doesn't sound that good from here. I don't think. I'm doing this on StreamYard. Might be different than Zoom. My experience with Zoom, however, has been that it's not so good for audio. It's fantastic. It's amazing. Thank God we've had it for these past few years of COVID, right? But it's not so good for audio. Have you ever had people try to sing happy birthday at the same time? It just doesn't work. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. This fundraiser we're doing is kind of like a telethon. We've got some amazing people in it. When we talk about NLP Masters, it's not just hyperbole. We've got Robert Dilts here. We got Shelle Charvet here. We got Connirae Andreas on this show. We've got David Gordon has come out of retirement to be on this show because we have such respect for Mary Lou and Jerry Seavey. We want to help them. So people are coming out of the woodwork, proverbially, to do this. Amazing, amazing stuff. Tim Halbom, Kris Halbom are both on the show. So we're also, because it's a telethon, remember telethons, we're having some musical guests. And since they're a little harder to come by, I'm going to do it myself. And we also have the great, amazing Sarah Carson, who's going to be showing some clips of her performances in New York City. But just for fun, I'm going to go over there, and you can see how far away I look and how different the sound will sound from that distance. And you probably appreciate why I did it. I'm going to be showing you clips. I'll play first, and then I'll play a clip. All right, so hold on a second. Here's live. I mean, you probably figured that out. This is live. You see. That's kind of the way it sounds live. Let me just play for you a clip, and I'm just learning how to do this. Let's see if I can do it. I'll do this first, and then I'll play this. So let me see. How about some Bach? This is not live, obviously. All right, so if you think that's good, then thank you. I'm glad you think that's good. I'm going to come back. I don't know how to do this. This is kind of, by the way, it's kind of on the fly. You probably figured that out already. We're doing this on the fly. I have never done this before. This StreamYard thing is very cool, but I'm new to it. So we'll see what happens. I want to show you some clips that they'll be completely randomized because because I recorded them, they all say Doug O'Brien on them. So I've got a file of all these things that Doug O'Brien. So we'll find out who they are when we click on them. So let me add this one. This is a wonderful interview with a wonderful person. I'm sure they all were. So let's see who this is. This mystery guest coming up soon will be you'll see the entire interview when we do this this fundraiser next week. So here we go. This is whoever this is.
Some folks like to get away, take a holiday from the neighborhood, hop a flight to Miami Beach or Hollywood. Me, I'm taking a Greyhound on the Hudson River line. I'm in a New York state of mind. I've seen all the movie stars and their fancy cars and their limousines. I've been high in the Rockies under the evergreens. I know what I'm needing. I don't want to waste more time. I'm in a New York state of mind.
Okay, so that's Sarah Carson. This is her performance. I didn't mean to do that. I just sent my wife a message. Oh Lord. It'll be hard to explain that one. Thanks, Siri. So anyway, that was Sarah Carson, not Siri. Sarah Carson. And we have a lovely conversation as well where she talks about her performances and what it needs to go in there. I can't stop this recording. I can't pause this thing. So my wife will just have to wonder what the hell I was just doing. Hopefully she'll be understanding later on. Let me see if I can remove this. Okay, I think, yeah, there we go. That's removed it. Let me add this next one. Wonderful conversation with a wonderful person coming up. Here we go. Oh, look, it's Rachel and Steve. Welcome, Steve and Rachel. Gosh, it's so good to see the two of you together.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
Thanks for putting this together.
Oh, of course. Yes, we need to raise money for another, what's the word, prestigious, is that the right word? Strong, big, magnificent NLP couple. I'm going through my brain's little thesaurus here. But, you guys are amongst the few and great NLP couples in the world of NLP, but we're raising money for another one. Mary Lou and Jerry Seavey, who Jerry needs a lot of medical care that is unfortunately not covered. And Mary Lou is his caregiver now. And so she will be so for at least a year anyway, you'll have to trust me that was a great interview. I won't bore you with that me talking part of it. So, and I can't fast forward as far as I know. So let's just leave that one. My wife's calling. Sorry. We'll trust she'll be understanding. So yes, moving on to the next wonderful interview by another wonderful person. I think this might be a good one. Here we go. My next guest probably needs no introduction, but just in case, Robert Dilts is the creator of Sleight of Mouth. He's been an NLP person since the very beginning. He is, in fact, the author of NLP Volume 1, along with others as well. He is a co-developer of NLP and responsible for so much stuff. It's thrilling to have him here, so let's admit him from the waiting room. Here we go, Robert Dilts. Watching him sign on here.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, Bob. Do you mind if I call you Bob?
Hi. No, not at all. Most people call me Robert, but you can call me Bob if you
I've
like.
never ever called you Bob. It just sort of slipped out, but so it made me wonder.
No, I was never a Bob. I guess John Grinder was the only person that called me Bob. So
I think I'll call you Robert then.
okay.
Whatever. Doesn't matter. How are you?
Good.
Back home, and where are you? You're in France, or you're in?
Well,
where?
this is California. I'm in
California.
Santa Cruz. Yeah, that's the California office. Yeah.
California office. Does this feel like home, or is Paris
They
take?
both feel like home. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife and I for a long time have thought, which one is.
Okay, so that's also a really wonderful interview. Just getting going there, as you can well imagine. I will tell you, some of these conversations are extraordinary. I've gotten information out of these folks that I have not gotten before. It's pretty amazing. Some of them take longer to get going than others, but boy, I tell you what, this is good stuff. And it's all free. You can watch it all for free. And we will be asking you to donate. There's a GoFundMe thing set up for Jerry, for Mary Lou. I'm not sure who gets the money, honestly, but it will be spent for Jerry's care. That much I know for sure. And so this is really cool that these folks are pitching in to do this. The conversations are literally amazing and wonderful. So let's see who else we have up here as a little preview of who's coming up next. Let's see who this is. Oh, Shelle Rochervet. Hello, welcome back, Shelle Rochervet.
So nice to see you, Doug.
Nice to see you. And I understand you're operating on a bit of a time lag and rest deprivation, so we'll keep this as quick as possible.
Well, let's make it as enjoyable as possible.
Okay, that too.
That'll help with all that stuff, and I'm sure it'll make it more interesting for people watching and listening. Yeah.
Very cool. So why don't you go ahead and just take over from here and tell us what you're going to do.
So one of the things we talked about, Doug, is the fact that I do language and behavior profiles, or a tool based on the NLP meta programs. And you can do somebody's profile, and I think a lot of people haven't actually seen me do them, and this is what I'm known for, and the various and sundry applications. So what I'd like to do is to do a lab profile with you in a specific context, because of course this is a contextual based tool. Our motivation triggers and our productivity factors change based on the context. So you said you would like to have a profile of yourself in the context of
online marketing, because I'm not that good at it. I mean, I do it. Everyone who's an entrepreneur or solopreneur has to wear multiple hats, but I'm a really good therapist. I'm a really good coach. I'm really good at lots of those things. And I have to do this as well, but I'm not that good at doing
so
online
we'll
marketing.
call this context your work as an online marketer.
Yeah.
Is that good?
That's
now,
great.
The reason, I'm just a little side note for everybody watching here, is that when I'm asking the questions, I have to make sure we stay in the same context. So you're going to hear me repeat that context. And those were the exact words that Doug gave me. So and you're comfortable with asking questions in the context of you being an online marketer. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is do a lab profile, and then I'm going to show you how I test. Because who knows? I could be.
There we go. I was just trying to figure out how to stop that. I figured it out. How about that? So that's so cool, isn't it? So she's going to actually demonstrate, and has in the past now already demonstrated how to do the lab profile on me. And it's really interesting, not just from my perspective, but it's really interesting to see how it's done and then how it's applied, because you get a lot of information. She gets a lot of information in a short period of time that is functionally useful information for communicating with whomever it is that she's doing that lab profile with, and finding out their motivation strategies and their convincer strategies. It's very cool stuff. So that's another thing you're going to get in this fundraiser. Let's see who else we have up on top. I literally don't know who this is, but let's find out real quick. I'm going to put it on a different mode, and there we go. Oh, it's welcome, Connirae Andreas. Let me start this over again. I was just trying to multitask, and I'm terrible at multitasking. Let me just start over again.
Okay.
Okay, take two. Welcome, Connirae Andreas. It's so good to have you here.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. I'm looking forward to having a conversation.
Yes. So that's what this is. This is a fundraiser with an emphasis on the fund. So we're going to have fun just talking about stuff, and you don't have to have any pressure of teaching anything new. But if you want to, you could. If you can do anything you want. This be a poetry reading. You could do a little song and dance if you want to. There's room.
Whoa, you might regret saying that.
Try me. Go ahead. Try me.
Then I might regret it if I did it.
So you have been around the world of NLP for a long time. Is that fair to say?
That is true. Since 1977, back in the early days before NLP was a thing.
It was before NLP was a thing? It wasn't named NLP yet?
It was called NLP, but hardly anyone had heard of it. We just stumbled across it by chance because a colleague of my husband's happened to meet someone who knew about, a colleague of my husband heard about it, and then he told us a little, and right away we started going to the trainings, and we were just hooked on it right away. I
give you guys, you and your husband, Steve, a ton of credit actually for me and other people knowing about NLP, because you really are responsible for some of the very early books. Some of the basic books of NLP are because of you. Am I correct about that? Frogs into Princes and others?
Yes, absolutely. When we got involved, it was such a small club. There were only not very many people had heard of it yet, and there were very few written materials. Let's see, I think Structure of Magic 1 was out, maybe 2. Some of these books, but they weren't very accessible.
Mm-hmm.
They were written in a technical way, more like a grammar textbook would be written.
Yeah.
So it wasn't spreading. And so once my husband, Steve Andreas, and I got involved, Steve was the one actually, who thought of making, he realized there really should be books about this.
And that's what they did. They didn't write the books. They did, basically they transcribed seminars that they attended and put them out as books. And that's what we owe them a debt for gratitude for. And I'm just going to show you just one more clip of these interviews that we did. I think this is David Gordon. And like I said, he's one of my favorite people. All these people are great. I mean, I'm just frankly amazed that I get to talk to these guys. Connirae is a wonderful human being and creates so much stuff that's amazing. And Robert and Shelle, it's like, holy crap. Amazing, really, it is. And it's free. You get to watch these conversations for free, participate for free, and hopefully be motivated to donate generously. But let's just take a look at this clip for David Gordon. Here, I think it's him. If I'm wrong, then I love this person too. But here, that's fine. There it is. Hey, David. It's nice to see you.
Well, it's lovely to see you too, Doug. It's been a long time.
It has been a long time. And
As in years.
As in years, yes. Thank you for pointing that out. Many years, David Gordon.
Thank you for pointing that
out. So we are gathered here today to raise money for Merlin and Jerry Seavey. And by doing that, we're just going to basically have fun. And instead of having this be some, heavy duty teaching thing, we're just going to chat, and people will get to know the real David Gordon, the man behind the myth. The
Uh-oh. I'm out of here.
Because when we were talking before, you thought, oh, but people won't know me. I'm way past, because you're doing other things with your life now. You're not training so much. You're not authoring anymore NLP or hypnosis books, but you did. You some of my favorite hypnosis books. Metaphorical trance. What's the name of the title?
Therapeutic Metaphors.
Therapeutic Metaphors. Yeah, my favorite book. and
Oh, yeah. You eat it once a year.
but literally it is. And I teach from it all the time. I teach classes about it and, all the time. And I never really learned anything about modeling really until I learned it from you and your modeling stuff. It's just extraordinary what you do and what you've offered and brought to the field. The book Phoenix is, again, one of my favorite Ericksonian hypnosis books. So I am thrilled to have you here, and I'm thrilled to be just chatting with you because I've learned so much from you over the years.
Well, it's
All right, so let's stop in there. Little love fest there going on, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So let me just take that out of here. So this is just a little preview of what we're going to be doing. And I play more piano, and Sarah sings more, and we have more conversations with these and other people that aren't listed. Just giving you a little preview, a little sample. But please be aware of it. Watch for it. Look for it, because it is really just me doing this. And I may not be the best at doing online marketing as we did with Shelle Rose Charvet there. So we're going to do the best we can. And hopefully you'll see this and hopefully you'll be there ready to come. I'm intending it for it to be a week from today, which is Tuesday. Today's the 13th. So next week, the 20th. That's what I'm looking for. And if I can, I will. I'm going to be working very hard to make that so. And may even announce it that it is so today. Hopefully that will be true. I even made this trailer. I made a trailer through iMovies that I would show you right now, except to people who are listening to this podcast just through audio. It would just be music. There's no audio in the sound in this podcast. The trailer for the thing. But it's fun. You should see it. You'll see it. I'll show it to you. You'll see it. I'll put it out there. But watch for this trailer. It's really a hoot. So that's it, really. Honestly, that's it. The fundraiser will be all proceeds. I'm earning absolutely nothing from this thing. All proceeds, literally all proceeds, will go to Mary Lou and Jerry Seavey. You notice, by the way, I botched her name in that little interview with David. I wish I could edit that, but it's Mary Lou Seavey and Jerry Seavey. And the fundraiser will hopefully be paying a portion of their medical costs, which are extraordinarily high for the next year or so that he'll be receiving, hopefully a lot of good therapy to return to some semblance of normalcy, if at all possible. Thank you for your attention today, and see you soon. See you next week. Thank you. This has been the Essential Coaching Skills Podcast. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure seeing you again. Hope to see you again real soon. Come back next week when we have another gripping and exciting episode of the Essential Coaching Skills Podcast. And if you want to, you can find out more about us, each and every one of us, at essentialcoachingskills.com. Thanks.